Hey there, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the channel. If you're over 60 or getting close to it, grab your favorite cup of coffee or tea because we're about to have one of those heart-to-heart conversations that might just change how you see this amazing chapter of your life. You know what? If you're watching this, chances are you've spent decades working hard, raising families, taking care of everyone else, doing what needed to be done. Am I right? Drop a yes in the comments if that sounds like your story. But here's what I've discovered after years of talking with incredible people just like you. This next chapter isn't about chasing more. It's about choosing better. And sometimes choosing better means letting go. Today, I want to share 5 powerful things you might want to consider releasing after 60. Not because you've done anything wrong, but because you've earned the right to live more freely, more joyfully, more you. Before we dive in, hit that like button if you're ready to explore what it really means to live well at any age. Number 1, stop saving out of fear. I'm going to start with something that might make you uncomfortable. It's time to stop saving money out of pure fear. Now hold on, I'm not saying stop being responsible. You know what I mean, right? That knot in your stomach when your spouse suggests a nice dinner out, even though you have plenty saved. I met a gentleman recently with over $2 million saved up, paid off house, no debt, more than enough for the rest of his life. But every time his wife wanted to take a trip to see their grandkids, he'd get anxious. What if we need that money later, he'd ask. So I asked him, what if later never comes the way you expect it to? I'm curious, how many of you have felt this way? That fear of spending even when you know you can afford it. Let me know in the comments. Here's the thing, friends. You didn't save all that money just to stare at bank statements. You saved it to live, to create memories, to say yes to the experiences that matter. If you've planned well and your needs are covered, give yourself permission to enjoy what you've worked so hard for. Instead of asking, what if I run out? Try asking what's worth spending on while I still can. What's one thing you've been wanting to do but held back because of money fears? Share it below. Number 2. Stop trading time for money unless it still brings meaning. For most of your life, time equaled money. You worked for a paycheck. You showed up, put in your hours, did what needed to be done. But now time is your most valuable currency, more valuable than any paycheck. Here's what I want you to really think about. Are you still working because you love it or because you're afraid to stop? I knew a high school teacher with 30+ years in the classroom. When he turned 62, everyone kept asking when he'd retire. His answer? When I stop loving it. He kept teaching until 67. Then one morning he just knew. It was time. And he walked away with peace, not regret. But I also see people staying in jobs they hate because they don't know who they are without that title. Here's the truth. You can always earn more money, but you can never earn more time. Once today is gone, it's gone forever. If your work still fulfills you, keep going with pride. But if it's draining your soul, maybe it's time to trade time for meaning instead of money. What would you do with your time if money wasn't a factor? Dream a little in the comments. Number 3, stop putting off experiences. How many times have you said someday I'll, or next year I'll, or when things settle down? But here's the hard truth. Someday isn't a day on the calendar. And for too many people, someday never comes. I remember this couple who dreamed for years of driving cross-country in an old Airstream trailer, had the money, had the time, but kept saying next summer. Then the husband had a health scare. Nothing life-threatening, but it was their wake-up call. They bought that trailer, hit the road, and 6 months later told me it was the best decision they'd ever made. What's your someday dream? The trip, the hobby, the visit with an old friend? Tell me in the comments and then tell me what's stopping you. You don't need permission from anyone to start living. You don't need everything to be perfect. Sometimes we use work as an excuse, routine as an excuse, even planning as an excuse. But behind all that waiting, there's often just fear. Challenge time. What's one small step you could take this week toward that someday dream? Share it below. You're not too old. It's not too late. The world is still full of wonder. You just have to say yes. Number 4, stop worrying about what others think. Let's be honest. For most of our lives, we've been shaped by other people's expectations. The good parent, the loyal employee, the reliable friend. But at some point, you have to ask, who am I living for now? I had a client, a woman in her mid-60s who'd always loved art. All her life, she dreamed of taking a painting class. But she hesitated. What if I'm not good? What if people think it's silly at my age? You know what I told her? So what if they do? She took that class and it changed everything. Not because she became famous, but because she finally gave herself permission to do something just for her. Here's what I want you to remember. The older you get, the more freedom you earn to stop caring about the noise around you. Want to wear bold colors? Do it. Travel alone? Do it. Say no to family gatherings that exhaust you? You have that right. I'm curious, what's something you've always wanted to try but held back because of what others might think? Let's normalize being ourselves at any age. There's a powerful book by hospice nurse Bronnie Ware about the top regrets of dying people. Number 1, I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Don't let that be your regret. When you live by others' standards too long, you disappear from your own life. Release the pressure. Say what you mean. Do what you love. Show up fully, honestly, beautifully, just as you are. Number 5, stop living like you have forever. This is the big one, friends. Stop living like you have forever. I don't say that to scare you, but to invite you to live more fully. By our 60s, most of us have been touched by loss. Maybe you've lost a parent, sibling, friend. In those quiet moments of grief, we're reminded life is not unlimited. We know this in theory, but we still put things off. Wait for the right moment. Convince ourselves we'll get around to it. Let me ask you something powerful. If you knew with absolute certainty this was your last year, what would you do differently? Who would you call? What would you say? Most people can answer that question quickly, but then they go back to living the same way. So what's stopping you from doing some of that now? You don't need a diagnosis or crisis to wake up. You can wake up today with full awareness of how precious life really is. I want you to share what's one thing from your "if this were my last year" list that you could actually start this month. Let's encourage each other to stop waiting. Forgive someone. Start that journal. Book the trip. Take the class. Say I love you before the moment slips away. The point isn't to live in fear of death. It's to live in respect for life. To honor this one wild, irreplaceable life you still have. You're here. You're breathing. You have today. That's enough reason to stop waiting and start truly living. Let's wrap this up together. So there you have it, 5 powerful things to let go of after 60. Not because you've done anything wrong, but because you've earned the right to live more lightly, more freely, more intentionally. Letting go isn't about giving up. It's about making space. Space for peace, joy, presence, space for what really matters. Let's do a quick recap. Comment yes next to sick, any that resonated with you. Number 1, stop saving out of fear. Number 2, stop trading time for money when time is worth more. Number 3, stop putting off experiences. Number 4, stop worrying what others think. Number 5, stop living like you have forever. Now here's my personal question. For you, what are you ready to let go of starting today? I really want to know. Your answer might inspire someone else who needs to hear it. And if this message spoke to your heart, please share it with someone who needs this reminder. A friend, sibling, spouse, someone who might need to hear that it's never too late to live fully. At Seniors Lifestyle, we believe aging isn't about slowing down. It's about showing up more fully than ever before. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss our heart-to-heart conversations. And if you want more content like this, give this video a thumbs up. Thank you for being here, for sharing your time with me, for trusting me with your stories in the comments. You remind the world every day that the best chapters can still be written. I'll see you in the next video, friends. Until then, keep living beautifully.